Not one single study has shown one single shred of evidence that supports homework in elementary school. Students work hard all day in class, and then when they get home, they have to do more homework. To quote Alfie Cohen, author of The Homework Myth, homework is stealing kids' childhoods. Some of the negative effects of homework are loss of interest in schoolwork, physical and emotional fatigue, and not enough playtime. Homework can be a burden on relationship with your parents, too. No more status quo. The DPS policy is 10 minutes for every grade level. So a second grader would get 20, and a fifth grader would get 50.
In our school, most teachers give out a homework packet each week. This got started mainly in order to keep parents happy. The kids get the homework packet on Friday, and it's due the next Friday. This gives the families the freedom to do the homework on their schedule. The problem is that this leads to busy work. For the most part, apart from spelling lists, the homework packet is the same for each child. How can this be effective? Students are all at different levels, so the same homework packet ends up, for the most part, being busy work. This cannot be beneficial to the education of an elementary student. We surveyed high school students, middle, and elementary school students, as well as parents, teachers, and principals. In all the questions we asked but one, there was hardly an overwhelming amount for each group. Half the parents want lots of homework, half don't want any. Half the students like homework just the way it is, half don't. The problem started out to be that no one could agree on the problem. Then we noticed our teacher surveys. Only one teacher in our entire school had any formal training on creating effective homework. When we had talked to teachers, they weren't thrilled with the homework policy, but they didn't know how to change the way that things work without adding a ton of homework for themselves. We think this is interesting, because teachers are trained in all different subjects and how to differentiate instruction for each student, but taught nothing on creating effective homework. Something needs to be done. We will consider the fact that we will probably have homework for the rest of our school years, and it at least be something beneficial to us and not just busy work.
Some advantages are that it wouldn't be busy work. It would help the students learn and meet students' needs. The disadvantages are that a teacher can make and grade 30 different packets. He or she can have a home life too, and this would take hours of the teacher's time. This would also waste paper because some students might need more. Parents might also want to be involved. The third alternative policy is online homework. This is when a teacher can assign individualized homework for a student to do at home. There's already many websites out there for teachers to work with. IXL is a math website that tests your math skills. A teacher can assign individualized homework and it sends a report back to the teacher with the student's progress. There's also a reading website called Ticket to Read. Ticket to Read is a website that helps build fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. It engages and motivates in a web-based environment and is designed for kids ages 5 to 12. The only problem with this policy is not everyone has a computer. However, Comcast is trying to fix this problem by selling low-priced netbooks and only $10 for internet.
What would this look like in school? Hopefully, if teachers have training on how to put homework together, it would actually benefit students rather than just be busy work. In our opinion, we would include a little bit from each area of our alternative policies. We would include some individualization, some online homework, as well as never including any homework that didn't serve an important purpose. Many kids are pulled out of class for special reasons. We think these teachers should have a part in planning homework rather than it just being the classroom teacher. We would like to see more importance put out the substance of homework. The advantages of this policy are mainly for the students. They would have a higher interest, which would result in better study habits, as well as self-direction. They'd have a higher appreciation for their teacher, which would result. They'd have a higher appreciation for their teacher. Teachers would feel better about the quality of their work, and it would be less degrade. The disadvantages of this policy are mainly for the teachers. This would mean more work for them. They'd have to go through more professional development. All of these things would take time away from other things. It would cost, and the district would have to fund this training for the teachers. But we believe the benefits of our policy far outweigh the costs.
Homework is a big issue for many families. Finding a solution would make life easier for parents and students. We need to communicate with parents and teachers to get them on our side. We want to interview teachers, and with the research we have and the information from the surveys they filled out, we think they will support our idea and more training on how to give effective homework. We will take this to the PTSA to get the word out about how homework needs to be more effective. We will explain Teachers are great at teaching us in the classroom, but are just not sure about how to give us effective homework that will benefit each student. After we get the word out in our own school community, we can get the word out in other schools. We can get them to sign our petition. This is a good way to show DPS that schools are supporting our idea. Once we get the word out in the community, we can move on to the school board.
We think the school board might be hesitant to take on our policy change. For one, homework doesn't seem to be very important in the scheme of things to people in charge, but it is to us. We will convince them. First, we need to explain how easily this will fit into the LEAP policies. Differentiated homework would be a great addition to make teachers even more effective. We have even written up the bullets that would go into the framework for effective teachers handbook. We feel that DPS thinks that this framework is important enough to enforce in all areas in it. Once we get this into the handbook, the district will make sure teachers get trained.
We are now ready for questions.